What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. An update on the 1957 Chevy Nomad by Atlantis. So here we are. We went ahead. We had the opportunity to clear coat today. Right now, it's already been about 4 hours from the session. It's been outside, out in the sun, baking, just drying. And it's gassed out pretty well. It doesn't really smell as much, but I'm still not gonna be touching it or anything. I'm gonna wait at least a couple more days, and then after that, I will start to assess and clean up the body and areas that need to be cleaning. That way we could get off any type of debris that landed on here. So let's go ahead and start on these right here, these pieces that are down here. So the spoons, I went ahead and clear coated the spoons. These are my examples. These are ones that I'm gonna be hanging on to, holding on for a minute. And obviously these are two white spoons where I sprayed light gray primer, and then the House of Color paints right there, the indigo blue, and then the pearl effect right here. So this is the dash right here. There you see it. So as far as like these smaller pieces in the dash, you do want to hit it with a nice amount of clear, but not too much. You don't want to overdo it, because then if you start filling in these areas with a lot of clear, when you go back to fitment, you're gonna have run into some issues right there. So just like a really light session all around the edges, and then right here you could go a little bit more, but also keep it chill because you don't want it to start dripping down. This one here earlier I had it in this direction, more of a flat. Now that it's been some hours, I could stand it up right there to level it out. The engine, just kind of played around with it. We kind of went around the same kind of colors with some of the effects. Later I'm going to get my markers and pens and just kind of go ahead and just dress it up a little bit. Not too much. I'm not too, going too crazy with the engine right there. It's just going to be chilling in there. Let's see. This is the hood right here. Here you have it. You see, watch. As I tilt it, you see there's some debris right there. Not to worry, that's something that will be sanded off later when we do the color sanding. But look at this right here, right? You see all that gloss, that glare right there looks really nice. I wonder if you can see the reflection of the camera. Probably not right now, but you see the light right there. But things like this, once they dry, it's nothing to freak out and be like, oh man, I got a little thing right there, man. Oh, I got to start over, or what? It's ruined. No, you're still good. That's why we have like the God Hand sanding pads, the ones that are for the clear coat, the ones in the white. That's when these are gonna come in right here. So really happy with the result right there, and also keeping it level so this way it flows. I used to put my hoods like this, like standing up on stands, right? What used to happen is it used to like drip down and go always to a corner, and I never liked that. So now I got to be very careful how I level things out right there. Let's see, over here we have, these are the inner fenders, really light. I didn't really want to spray them too crazy. I just went really light on them. These are going to be added later. I just wanted to get coverage over the paint. That was all. This is the hinge for the hood, the same. Just wanted to get coverage over the part. I don't really care if it has orange peel or what. You're not going to see that. It's just so this way it locks in the paint, right? So these are interior pieces for the engine bay. Not too worried about that. The next session right here, we have, here we go, the inner fenders, right? And look at the, you can see some of that blue in there, right? See this one here, we got a little bit of debris that landed on there, but that landed at the end when I had it outside. Right there, almost looks like a little bug must have landed on there. Not to worry. Same thing. Once this is dry in a couple days, I think by tomorrow it should be dry, but I'm gonna wait. So I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna lightly sand that, and it's gonna come off. So I'm not worried. I don't have to re-clear it and do all that. I just gotta be very careful. Go high grit, and we're good right there. And then in between the border lines that you see, I'm gonna be using the chrome mirror finish. That's what's gonna break it up. So I know right now it looks kind of weird, like what? Like you go from that to that, but wait, you miss that little spot right there. Not to worry, we're gonna be putting that on there, and we're good to go. And I had already backmasked it and everything, and that's the way it turned out. But just like I said before, you got to be careful how much effects you add, because look at the difference between these. These look a little bit more ivory, right? Kind of a gold ivory kind of look, and then you see the blue in there. Look at this one. This is more white right here. It's the same effect. It's just I blasted it with this one. This one I went lighter. I like the lighter look, you know. I'm kind of like, oh man, I wish I would have gone the lighter look, but it's all good. So check it out. The top part right here, we got the roof. Obviously, we're gonna end up wet sanding all that, making sure it's nice and slick. I mean, right now it looks cool, but it's a white roof. You know, it's kind of hard to tell. So we still got to get in there, wet sand it. You know, be very careful with it. As far as the like this front fender, I really love the way this looks right there. And then there's a little piece of debris that landed right there too. I'm not gonna touch it. It's a little dot right there. That we're gonna knock that out. That was something that also just fell. Just little things that fly around, you know, when you have them in the yard. And I left it in the yard because I wanted the sun to just hit this thing and start cooking it. So this way all the chemicals and everything with the heat, they start to dry. Because if I keep it in here, you know, it's not hot right now in here. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna, if you know, it could drip or something. But having it over there, it's like cool. Here's the back. Man, this is like the notorious part right here that makes a lot of people have trouble. You know, even in the beginning, I told you it's like kind of wonky. But look, we have it nice and uniform. It's all locked in. It's clear coated. It almost looks like this is how the way the model came. You know, like no modification was done, but it was modified. So the same 2 days are going to pass. I'm going to go ahead and wet sand. Another thing too, if you guys are wondering, wait a minute, why do you have purple right there and right here, did you mess up? No, pretty much this pillar is going to be white. These ones are going to be covered up with chrome mirror finish, so you're not even going to be able to see that. Chrome mirror finish is going to be going around and all around, so that's what's going to break it up right there. That's what's going to keep it nice and uniformed right there. So really happy with this so far, you know, as we've been proceeding on here. As a bonus, I went ahead and I also had painted and I clear coated these black spoons. Look at these, just to see the difference when you're using black primer over a light gray primer. Look at the difference right here. There they are. You see more of the blue and over here more of the white, you know, with a little bit of the blue. Trippy, right? But kind of cool. I always, you know, back in the day, I never tested out spoons, but now I'm happy I'm starting to do this along with my builds. And also the interior. Let me bring this out. So the interior, here, I'll keep this away because I don't want none of this stuff to land on there either. We got the back already hooked up right here. And then let's see here, the seats. So I haven't cleared the seats or anything like that. I might leave it like that. Around the trim, we're also going to be using the mirror finish as well, the chrome. But check this out. See the seats, how some overspray purple got onto the white? And I could be like, ah, man, come on. Not to worry. This is when the AK Interactive white markers come into play. You could touch these up with the white marker. You know, you just get in there, start coloring in there, and you're good to go. You know, nothing crazy is going to happen, you know. And then plus, this is like something that's inside. And then with the door panels, no one's really going to see that unless you're looking at it from this, you know, angle over here. But that's the back right there. We got that crushed velvet, making it look nice and plushy, nice and uniform. I glued it on here. I already, by using the white glue, and then I trimmed it all around. So, you know, little by little, all this is going to come together right here. I'm really happy so far with the progress. We've been moving pretty fast actually on this, but we'll keep you guys posted. I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Thank you for watching.